Students, this is Shikuya and I am Prasanna. Welcome you to this short video to share the most awaited and very crucial update about the hiring of TCS for the students passing in the year 2021. So I have come up with the most awaited news, and in this short video, I'm going to briefly tell you the details of this particular update. So basically, TCS has given the details of their recruitment process for year of passing 2021 today, maybe in the morning. So that is the reason I've come up with this video. According to the updates, the registration has begun, and the last date of registration is 17th of October 2020. The NQT test date, that means the qualifying written test, will be conducted on the NQT platform, TCS NQT platform, and the test is supposed to happen on 23rd, 24th, 25th of October. I think in my last video, that is also available on the playlist, I had clearly communicated to all that it is expected that the company will start the recruitment process in the mid of October. So that is actually happening. But to be very honest with you, there is something difficult, or I can say there is some complexity in the registration process of the company's recruitment process, because you are supposed to register at two different portals or two different I can say links. So in step one, you are supposed to register at TCS NQT portal, where you will have a basic registration. In this, you have to select the subject test option in the NQT registration, where you will find programming test, right? To ensure that you are belonging to, or you are considering TCS Campus Hiring, TCS Campus Hiring Year of Passing 2021, you have to select that particular subject test. And after this registration, you are supposed to again register at TCS Next Step portal. You have to navigate yourself to that portal. So what we have decided to do, tomorrow morning at 11 at our channel, you will find a separate video for how to register for TCS Hiring 2021, right? So these are two important dates. That is, the registration is going to close on 17th October, and dates are as follow. So exactly now you have 30 days from today for this particular examination. Next, the most frequently asked question from all of you, are the most probable question that is coming to your mind is, what is the eligibility for this test? To tell you that there are 6 components to this eligibility. The first component is percentage criteria. That means a candidate who is going to apply for this test must have minimum 60% or 6 CGPA throughout the academics. That means at all the significant milestones of your career, your academics, you have to have minimum 60% or 60% in SSC and HSC, and you have to have 6 CGPA during the engineering academics, engineering qualification. Are you getting this? Next is, the next component is backlogs or ATKT, right? So according to this year's qualification criteria, you must not have more than one active backlog while appearing for this selection process. That means company is allowing you to have one ATKT or one backlog while applying to this process. Now there is an obvious doubt that you may have, that is due to COVID situation, somebody might not have got their results in the last semester, right? So probably your result is awaited, your results are awaited. So in this case, you have to just check with your TPO sir, so that they can specifically help you into this. So the next, let us move on to the next component. And there is one more important thing that you have to understand is, in case of backlogs, you cannot have any ATKT or backlog while joining the company, or while you're going to join company. You cannot have the ATKT. So this is really important. Next is the next component that you have to consider during the eligibility is gaps or breakdown in education. Here they have allowed you to have 2 years gap, that is 24 months gap. But you have to make sure that you disclose or you share this particular academic gap to the company's registration process or company's authorities. So you cannot hide, basically you cannot hide, you have to be authentic. And 2 years gap in academics is permissible, is allowed. But the most important point here is any exception from this particular 24 months criteria is valid, subjected to a satisfactory documentary compliance that you have to submit to the company. That means it's a really a good news that you are allowed to have 2 years gap or 24 months gap with a valid reason and valid documentation. The next component of this eligibility is the student, those who are going to apply are expected to be in between 18 to 20 years of age to participate to this TCS campus hiring process. The next component that is important in eligibility is course types. And in this case, only full-time courses are considered for this particular examination. Any part-time or distance learning or correspondence educations are not considered. And the most important is that the most important eligibility criteria is applicants with secondary or senior secondary course from NIOS, that is National Institute of Open Schooling, are eligible to apply if the other courses are full-time. So basically this is very simple, like students, those who are passed out from SSC from their state level board, or HSC from the authorized affiliated boards of higher secondary education, and finally an affiliated university, an affiliated college to AICTE, they are allowed for this particular examination. The last component is extended education. Now, what does it mean? Like applicants with extended education in the highest qualifications are not eligible, right? Any exemptions are permissible only for valid reasons subjected to satisfactory check or relevant documents. That is, they have given the same condition for gap, that if you have any extended education case with you, you have to have like documentation for this. And basically extended education is fundamentally not allowed in into this particular examination. Now, to take this forward, I'm going to the next and the very crucial part of this video, that is the exam pattern. If you remember in my last video, which I have done on YouTube in the last month itself, in that I have clearly told you that the pattern is expected to have the same, but in case there are some changes, we will let you know. The only change that this year company authority have declared is, instead of closed test, they have put a verbal ability section back as the previous examinations. So look at the slide and you look at the screen and you will be able to get the pattern. So first of all, the test sections, duration in time and number of questions. So in verbal ability, you will get 30 questions and you have to attempt those 30 questions in 24 minutes. In reasoning ability, you will get 30 questions and the time is 50 minutes. So in verbal ability, you have 24 questions for 30 minutes. In reasoning ability, you have 30 questions for 50 minutes. In numerical ability, that is quantitative and arithmetic and the other sections, you have 26 questions for 40 minutes. Most importantly, you will get programming logic MCQs. A number of questions are going to be 10 and you have 15 minutes for it. And finally, the most important, the most crucial part here is number of questions are 2. You have to write 2 codes, right? 2 programs into that particular written test, and the time that is allocated for writing these two questions is 45 minutes. In total, you're going to face 92 questions in 180 minutes. 180 minutes. So this is how the exam pattern is expected to be. And the most important part, as I have shared in the initial time of this video, that is the registration details will be shared with you in another video tomorrow morning 11 a.m. So you have to just stay tuned with us. And let me repeat once again, subjected to this pandemic situation, this COVID-19 situation, we have decided to give you a 25 days power packed mentorship program for next 25 days, and this will be at no cost, absolutely no cost. So considering this kind of examination, you are not required to pay anything for attending this mentorship program. So stay tuned with us, subscribe to our channel Shikuya or YouTube, join our Telegram channel, and you will get a lot of learning material for TCS hiring year of passing 2021 process. Thank you so much. Stay tuned, subscribe, like, and share.